Hello there, welcome to this video about the Citroen Traction. Now this particular vehicle I had on behalf of a customer to service and set it up, setting up the valve lash, the ignition, advance and fuel mixture, and also gave it an all-round checkup of the drivetrain and running gears. So it's in fairly good nick. This car is from 1949 and presents itself in this pearl grey. Now most of these Citroens you would find them in black, but this one is different, and it's in a completely original color. This car was built in Belgium, and it's been converted to a 4-speed gearbox. Now this is far from being the most exciting car that I've driven, but it is one of the interesting vehicles that I've had the opportunity to test. Funny thing about this is that this car came onto the market in the first half of the 1930s, so that was quite a while ago. As I mentioned, this one is 1949, so it's almost 70 years old, and it's still going strong. This is most definitely not the most powerful nor the fastest, but it has one thing, which is comfort. It's extremely comfortable to drive in. The ride is very supple, and it's quite nice all around. So very difficult thing about it in today's heavy traffic is that you can't really see the corners of the car because it's the wheels are covered by wings, and it makes positioning on the road rather complicated and difficult. So you have to be extra careful not to scrape anything, quite obviously. Anyway, after the setup that I provided to this car, it really did change considerably the way it drives. It still doesn't pull like a train, but it pulls nicely as it should. You need a heavy foot for the brakes, of course, because there are 4 drums all around, and a single circuit brake line, and absolutely no assistance whatsoever. Now, one of the cool features of this car is that the owner had an electric assistance for the steering, which makes it considerably lighter than if there wasn't any, which is a nice feature for maneuvering and such. Otherwise, it's a nice piece of 1930s technology. I do appreciate the mechanical layout of it and the ingenuity that went into this design. Funny thing about this car is that it's pretty low slung for a car of the 1930s, and this is thanks to one of the first ever mass-produced cars to have a monocoque chassis, as opposed to the good old ladder frame which you'd find on most of the cars of the era. Now this was acclaimed with quite some skepticism because people were afraid that it wouldn't be as solid as the traditional way of building vehicles, but actually it is. And one of the primitive crash tests of the era was to throw one of these cars off a cliff and see how it fared at the bottom, to demonstrate the strength of the chassis, which is it is relatively strong, I should think, and makes it considerably lighter than the conventional way of building cars. So this allows for a lower center of gravity, which is quite nice. Now I think I'll wrap it up and let you enjoy some of the sounds of this neat little car. Obviously it smells of oil and hot grease, which is enjoyable when you're driving a car like that. So enjoy the rest of the video without me babbling about. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all in the next video.